Hello, everyone, and a good almost Shabbos to all of you. I want to share with you a very special story that I heard this week from Rabbi Rimon, who's the head of the Gush community in Eretz Yisrael. And it's really connected to, I thought, this week's Torah reading. So in this week's Parshas, it says, V'cheimocha chicha, that when your brother is impoverished, umata yado imach, and he's faltering in your proximity, v'achzeka bo, you shall strengthen him, ger v'tosha, whether he's a stranger or a dweller, v'chaimach, so that he may live with you. Now, the Torah uses the word for poor person here as mach, but the more popular word is dal. So why? And the rabbis explain, we're not referring to someone that's totally bankrupt. We're referring to someone that's on his way down. In fact, the rabbis tell us this metaphor, that if you have a donkey that's stumbling, it probably only takes one person to straighten him up. But once a donkey falls, you need 5 people to straighten him up. So too, people in our community, they might be faltering. And if just one person helps them, gives them a loan, or one person helps them, even more importantly, and finds them a job, then that one person can help them out. But if, God forbid, this person becomes totally bankrupt, so they need a whole village to help this person. The Torah is saying before that person hits rock bottom, help them out. And I think this not only applies to finances, but in regards to self-esteem as well. We have such an opportunity. Before people are down in the dumps, before people hit rock bottom mentally and spiritually, if we can lift them up, if we can give them the opportunity to make them feel good about themselves, then one person can accomplish the job of a village. Rabbi Rimon said that when he was visiting Tel Shomar Hospital with some donors, he had made a list of what every soldier needed. And the last soldier wanted the new iPhone because he had lost his iPhone in Gaza. When the group finally got to the last soldier and they gifted him with the iPhone, he asked Rabbi Rimon for a favor. He said, listen, I want to take this gift, but my request to you is, can I give that gift to my fellow soldier that's in Gaza that lost his phone? I'd like to give the phone to him. And Rabbi Rimon thought about it for a moment and said, you know what, if you're ready to give up the iPhone, then I think that's a great gift, and you should give that iPhone to your friend. As the donor said goodbye to him and they're in the elevator going down, the donor said, you know, Rabbi Rimon, we just spent so much money, we could have bought another iPhone. Why do you have to make this person go through the process of giving up the iPhone? And to that, Rabbi Rimon said, listen, he said, this guy's in the hospital, what does he have? All he has is one iPhone. If we would have given him 2 iPhones, one for him and one for his friend, you know what he would have said to himself? He'd have said, well, these guys from the diaspora, they gave 2 iPhones out. But here I gave him the opportunity to give him his iPhone to someone else because I wanted to build him up. And Rabbi Rimon said, of course, in 2 weeks we're going to get him an iPhone as well. But he should feel that he gave something, and he felt so good about it. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I was in another shul. I was in the white shul by Feiner, and by Feiner gave me a shout out. And I give shout outs in my shul. And he gave me a shout out, and it felt so good. So I think that's our job. Our job is to give people shout outs. Our job is to compliment people and thank people. But more importantly, go over to people, your loved ones, people in the shul, ask them for advice. It builds them up so much. People love to give advice. Just to end, Rabbi Gottlieb from Har Sameach, I once heard him give a great class on marriage. Still working on that. But his idea was as follows. Most people think the 3 most important words in a marriage are, I love you. Says Rabbi Gottlieb, those are second place. But in first place is, I need you. Do you know how special your spouse feels when you say, I need you? That I need you to become a better person. You help me out so much. And so if that applies for our spouse, of course that applies for our parents and our siblings and our children and our neighbors. Let's do our part this Parsha and focus on this great opportunity we have. Before people hit rock bottom, let's help them out physically, mentally, spiritually. Have a great Shabbos.